What if the biggest threat to global peace wasn't hiding in a war zone, but lounging in a beachside mansion? What if the face of modern terrorism wasn't a shadowy figure in the desert, but the son of the most powerful man on Earth? This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a story backed by classified documents, intercepted communications, and the courage of a young African leader who decided the world deserved to know the truth. It was a warm May morning in Ouagadougou in 2025 when Ibrahim Traoré received a dossier that would change everything. His intelligence chief, Major Sankara, walked into his office with a red folder marked Top Secret. "Mr. President, we have discovered something about Baron Trump that will shock the world," Sankara said, his voice shaking with nervousness. Ibrahim, at 36, had grown accustomed to sensitive information, but something in the major's expression tipped him off. "What is this about?" he asked, gesturing for Sankara to sit down. "Baron Trump, the son of the American president, is not who he appears to be. Our agents in Washington have discovered that he has been secretly financing terrorist groups in the Sahel through cryptocurrency." Ibrahim frowned. "This is a very serious accusation, Major. Are you sure about this information?" Sankara opened the folder, revealing photos, bank documents, and intercepted conversations. "It's all here, sir. Bitcoin transfers worth $50 million over the past 2 years. The money goes straight to terrorist cells that attack our neighbors." Ibrahim studied the documents carefully. At 19, Baron had built a public image as a reserved and studious young man, but the documents showed a different reality. A young billionaire using his inherited fortune to destabilize Africa. "How did they find out about this?" Ibrahim asked. "A Burkinabe hacker infiltrated American servers. He brought us everything before he disappeared." Ibrahim knew he had a bombshell on his hands. This information could completely change the geopolitical relations of the world. Ibrahim Traoré spent the entire night poring over the documents on Baron Trump at his official residence. Surrounded by his wife Ajara and his top advisors, he faced the most difficult decision of his presidency. "If we reveal this publicly, it will be a declaration of war on the United States," said Dr. Ouagadougou, the foreign minister, visibly worried. "But if we don't, we will continue to be victims of terrorist attacks secretly financed by them." Ajara held her husband's hand. "Ibrahim, you have to think about the consequences for our people. The Americans could retaliate economically." Ibrahim stood up and walked to the window, looking out at the lights of Ouagadougou. "Ajara, for years our soldiers have died fighting terrorists. Our citizens have lived in fear, and now we find out that a member of the American presidential family is financing this violence." He turned to face the group. "I cannot remain silent knowing this." Major Sankara presented more evidence. "Mr. President, we have recordings of Baron talking to intermediaries. He uses the codename Desert Eagle and personally coordinates the financing." Dr. Ouagadougou sighed. "If you decide to expose this, it needs to be done in a way the whole world can see. It cannot be seen as revenge or conspiracy." "I know how to do it," Ibrahim said with a determined smile. "I will broadcast it live internationally. With all the evidence, let the world judge." Fatimata Ouagadougou, the Minister of Economy, warned, "Mr. President, this could affect our economy. The markets will react violently." "Truth is worth more than money," Ibrahim replied. "Our people deserve to know who is really behind the attacks we have suffered." The decision was made. 3 days later, Ibrahim Traoré's team was working frantically to organize the most explosive broadcast in modern history. Yakuba Ouagadougou, the communications advisor, was coordinating with international TV networks CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, France 24. They all confirmed the live broadcast. "We also have Fox News, funnily enough," he reported. Ibrahim smiled. "Really? Fox will have to broadcast the expose of their favorite president's son." In the presidential office, technology experts were checking the last set of files, evidence. Confirmed one last time, Mr. President, the cybersecurity expert said. We have verified the authenticity of all the documents. Baron Trump's digital signatures are genuine. But what happens when the truth is so explosive it threatens to shatter the very foundations of global diplomacy? What happens when one young leader decides that silence is no longer an option? What if exposing the truth meant risking your country's stability? Would you still choose justice? What if you had only one chance to reveal a secret that could change the course of history forever? Would you take it? This is not just a story, it's a wake-up call. If you believe in truth, justice, and a world where no one is above accountability, then join the movement. Subscribe to follow more real stories that challenge power, expose corruption, and inspire change. Because when we stop questioning, we stop evolving. And when we stay silent, injustice wins, truth matters. Stay informed. Subscribe now.